Today's Pet Advice segment is sponsored by University Veterinary Care Center. We're just days away from the start of a new year, and while you may be thinking about your New Year's resolutions, you may want to think about your pets too. Dr. Amanda Utt with University Veterinary Care Center is joining us. Good morning, Dr. Utt.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Thanks for being with us, and you brought Frank as well. Is he your exercise buddy?
He is, yes. He loves to go for a run. So, yes.
I love that. Well, why do you encourage people to incorporate their pets in their New Year's resolutions?
So just like as, New Year's, we're trying to start healthy and, a fresh start for everyone, pets have health needs too. So if you're starting a new routine, why not incorporate your furry friend with you? Lots of health benefits to keeping them active, keeping them at a good weight, but also just enrichment, getting them out and doing fun things instead of just being kind of stuck at home. So.
Well, and hey, exercise is more fun with a friend.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, if we're going to just be getting started, what kind of equipment are we going to be looking at?
So there's lots of different options. So you need to kind of find out what fits best for you and then your pet's needs as well. So obviously there's different personalities in pets. So some pull harder than others. So it does start out with kind of picking the right equipment. So Frank's a little bit dark, but he's kind of demonstrating our gentle leader, or a halty. So basically that's a leash that kind of goes over the face. Can you sit up, Frank? Oh, there he is. Okay, so it kind of goes over the nose here. The idea behind that one is if he does start to pull, when I pull his leash, it kind of tugs on his head, so it gives him a gentle reminder to stop pulling. Okay. Another great one for kind of a strong dog that may be wanting to lead would be a nice harness. Making sure that, again, we're not pulling straight on the throat, and gives you a little bit more control.
Yeah, control is good.
Yes, for sure. Lastly, I've got a few leashes. So obviously the one I'm using right now is just in the hands, but sometimes that can be cumbersome when you're trying to actually run. So they do make some great options for actual running leashes that have this nice kind of system that goes around the waist.
Oh, yeah.
And then has your leash here. And they usually have great options as far as keeping a nice distance between you and your pet. So some have an adjustable leash on the end, where others have a little bit of a bungee. Okay, so that way your dog has a little bit of stretch, but then you've got a handle, so if you need to have control, you can kind of grip that as well.
Nice, nice. Well, just like with people, you don't just rush out and start running a marathon. You have to build that endurance.
Absolutely.
Pets do as well, don't they?
Yes. So that's one of the main things you want to remember is, dogs are healthy and fit and want to run, but they've got limits too. So usually we recommend starting with a little bit of a walk, and so kind of getting them used to, and then you can work on training as well, and then work up to kind of jogging and running and kind of increasing the intervals over time, kind of working up their endurance and stamina just like you are as well.
Let's talk about some safety tips. Kansas weather can be unpredictable.
Yes.
Any advice for us?
Very. So yeah, definitely, considering temperature, just like you kind of change your outfit when you go out, you need to keep them in mind as well. So obviously it's been pretty warm, but extreme heat in the summer, keep that in mind, frequent breaks, water, that sort of thing. But in the winter too, extreme cold can be hard on their little feet, especially if we've had kind of ice or snow and we've got kind of the ice melt out there. That can be very irritating to the paws. They do make little booties and things.
Oh, look at that.
These may not be the best example for running, but it's what I had. So they make different types, but basically this just has kind of a Velcro. It's going to put the little paw in there. It's got kind of a gripping surface, and then you just kind of tighten it around the little ankle there, okay? And that's going to keep them protected, but also keep them from slipping. Definitely something you want to get them used to. It's not something they're going to necessarily like at first, but once they get a hang of it, it can be very helpful.
I can see my dog fighting me a little bit to put these on, so I think we'd have to practice that.
A little bit of training, yes.
A little bit of training. Wonderful advice for us, Dr. Utt. Thank you for coming today, and thank you for bringing Frank as well. Of course. And if you'd like more information about University Veterinary Care Center, just head over to universityvetcare.com.